Hi, Alan McCormick here. Go through. Today's subject is going to be on getting an agent. I made a mistake with the first one, but I was going to show you how that if you have this type of brim, right, with just a collar, that if you're creative enough, you'll make this one that has the brim all the way around and the heat coming off the head, which I think is very fancy and nice. So that's why I did that. Okay, but I made a mistake. Instead of pausing it, I cut it off. And when you cut it off, you got to start all over again. So here I am. I'm starting all over again. All right. Today is about getting an agent. The average agent gets 10,000 submissions a month. Now, when that comes in, they have to parse or go through every single one of those, find out which is the very best and which isn't, to send on to the big houses. The big houses will not take anything unless an agent has said that it is okay. So if you do not get an agent right away, don't worry about it. It's all right. It has nothing to do with how well you're writing or not writing. And they also do not want to critique your stuff and tell you how to fix it. If you're going to be a writer, if you're going to be involved with this trade or fun, for me it's fun. It's not a trade. I'm just doing it to have a good time. But if you're going to be involved just to make a living, you got to figure out how to make your living. So no one's going to do it for you. Okay? So you got to not let, well, the agent turned me down, my life is over, everything's done, I'm so unhappy, I can't make it. Okay? Just continue to write. You are always going to end up with something negative. Okay, there's not very often you get anything positive. Okay, if someone reads your book and, excuse me, you ask them, how is it? And then they go, well, I thought, okay, all right, no, it's no good. Okay, don't let that be the end of your world. Fix it. Find out what needs to happen and fix it. But agents have so many things to go through. They do not have enough time in their life to go through everything that comes in every month. So if within 2 or 3 pages you don't strike them and they're looking at it going, yes, this is worth looking into further, then it ain't gonna happen. You don't see what I'm saying? So not everybody needs someone to write for them. You might not be the right fit as far as personality goes. It just might work out that way. So don't take agent rejection as the end of your world. It is not. Okay? Now, I looked for an agent for years and submitted, and no one picked me up. And oh man, I was mad, I was upset, my feelings were hurt, and a big lip, this one, out, sticking out, just nobody loves me. But I kept writing because I was a writer before I even started with these people. So why in the world should they have anything to do with what's going on with me? I don't care. And the only way to be a great writer is to write. Make your mistakes, make your corrections, and go on. So what you do, whenever you look at the reality of how much they're looking at, chances are good you're not going to be picked up right away. It's going to take a while. In my situation, I do not have a while. See these hands? See these old man spots? I'm 69 years old my next birthday. I do not have years to wait to find an agent. I could drop today. And no, I don't. And that's why I looked into Amazon, saw that it was easy to use, and set things up through them. Okay, at least I have something coming out. Now, however that works for you, I'll let you know all about Amazon later in another one of these uh, videos and series to figure out how everything happens with them and some other stuff. Okay, but what I want people to understand right now is the reality of what is happening in the writing world. The agent and the people who publish in the big houses are looking for a way to make a living. All right, they're not going to publish your stuff because you love it, you think it's fantastic, it's the best thing you've ever done in your entire life. No, it has got to make money. That's just how it is. That's why I waited until after I retired, come home, get myself set up, and start writing my novels and put them where they can at least be published and seen or something. Because I realized as a business person before, I'm not going to get the $1 billion movie offer. It's not going to happen. It just isn't. So I don't need to be concerned with that. I need to live in a very real world where getting my books out there are concerned. So should you. Don't let rejection stop you. You're going to have rejection. Whew. If you can't take rejection, you do not want to do this. I'll tell you something. Because you're going to be walked up and down your back, and you're just going to have to go, you know what? I was writing before I knew them. I'll be writing after they're gone. I do not care. So you polish your stuff, you get everything going, you learn as much as you can, and you set your life forward and keep going. Okay? So don't let the whole agent thing mess you up if they don't pick you right away. If they do pick you right away, consider yourself fortunate, because everyone else it's a hard thing to get into. Okay? So if the agents have to go through as in agreement with the big publishing houses to go through the books to see what is worth them spending their time and money on to publish. Okay? That's how it works. They're their representative. They're not going to take anything directly from you. Anyone that takes anything directly from you is not a big house publisher. They're not the ones that have the big block stores. They're not making the millions of sales every year. They're someone that you'll probably have to pay to represent you, or pay to after they make your book to sell it. So if you're doing that, then you're headed in the wrong direction. You should not have to pay an agent to represent you. That's how they make their living, off of what you get, and they get percentage. They can get 15 to 20%. Okay. And that doesn't count what is going to happen over here on the side with the big publishing houses on what they're going to get. To be honest with you, as a writer, you're going to get the smallest share, even though you spent a year creating a story. Or I can, if I'm not sick or feeling bad, I can do a story every 3 months, and that's without AI, just really getting into it. So it's a situation where but your money on your end is not going to be as great once everyone is involved with the big house take, and then the agent take, and then the federal taxes come in, and all of that. I've read, after one person, there are a lot of really good people out there doing the same thing I am, that'll tell you that if you get $12,000 a year off of a really good book, then you have done well. You can't retire off of $12,000 a year. So please don't give up your day job to be a full-time writer. I waited until I retired to become a full-time writer, because I can now pay myself to eat. I can live. I can pay my electric bill off of the money I've already made that's coming to me. I didn't do it off of, honey, I'm going to quit my job, lose everything, and come home and write a book. Don't do that. Okay? It's not, for the writer's end of it, it is not a huge money-making thing. Some people hit at the right time, do really well. Patterson and I remember when I was much younger, when King came out with his horror stories, and everybody talked about how great this young man was and fantastic and all the stuff he did. And some people just hit right. Some people like me, I have to work every minute to get somewhere. You might end up being like me. So you just gotta, tighten your britches up, keep on moving. Okay? If you're lucky enough that you get an agent right away and people love your stuff right away and they think you're fantastic, then go for it. Okay? For every Taylor Swift, there's a billion more that no one ever hears about. All right? Don't let that end your writing. It doesn't matter. You were writing before they came along. You'll be writing after them. They don't mean anything. They're just an end to a means. What you're doing means something. Okay? So if you get an agent right away, yay. If you don't, if you get turned down like I have been over and over and over and over again, it's the nature of the beast, as they say. It's just the way the industry is. So I don't let that stand in my way. I'm still going to do what I need to do to learn how to write the best novels that I possibly can. Some are stinkers, some are, they're okay. You know, I don't know about how great anything will be. But using me as an example, you don't stop. You keep fighting, keep going forward, learn from others, find out how to do really well in the work that you want to do. Now, because you don't get an agent right away doesn't mean that they hate you. Don't expect them to look at your story and tell you what's wrong with it. You're supposed to already do that. You're supposed to be a professional. So go ahead and do what you need to do to get your story as put together as well as it can. Go to their website, agent websites. They're everywhere. Go online, look at them. I used to have to buy a book, a big old thick book that had agents of this year and all of this and who would take this and that. Don't have to do that anymore. You go online and you look and you say, okay, I'm going to follow their guidelines that they want 100%. Because it isn't your world you're going into. Your world is writing stories. Can't mess with that. You always have that world. Okay? But when you're going after an agent, you're moving into their world. So you submit it according to what they want, how they want to see it, and make sure it's okay. And they don't need you calling them 20 times to find out or sending a whole bunch of stuff of, yes, this is how I'm going to fix it on the fly. You know, I'm going to give them my book that I've written that is the greatest thing in the world and is so precious to my own heart. And then I'm going to fix it on the fly. I'm just going to go and ask you questions and we'll fix it as we go. They don't have time for that. What they do have time for with 10,000 submission a month is to look at them within 2 or 3 pages and say, yes, this is okay. No, it's not. Yes, this is okay. We'll look at it further. Honestly, as a writer, forget everything else and just write. And then submit things when you have it exactly the way they want it. Okay? You don't have to invent anything here. You just follow the directions. I'm a hard-headed old man. I can't follow directions. I want everything to go the way I want it to. The world don't work that way. Didn't anybody shout hallelujah when I turned 18 and could start to work? Made no difference to anybody. All right? Same way with my writing stuff. If I ended today, it would make no difference. Okay? So make sure that you follow the guidelines whenever it comes time to get an agent and do what they say. And don't bother these people. They are busy. They simply want your best work presented the way that they want it presented. And you can do that. Just follow the simple instructions. Okay? Write the best you can. That's really what there is to it. But as far as getting an agent, chances are really good you're not going to get one the first time. You know, they're not going to. Okay, here's the way my brain works. I thought that the first time I sent something to an agent, that they would call me up and they would go, Mr. McCormick, we've never seen a better story in our entire lives. It's the greatest book ever written. And we want you to come work for us. And not only that, we will pay you to work for us if you will just work for us at no cost. Because you're such a great author and everything you do is so wonderful that we've been waiting for you since we were born. That didn't happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not reality. Okay, reality is they're gonna say no. All right? Get used to hearing no. Don't let no stop you. You were writing before no showed up, write during no showing up, and write after no shows up. Just keep writing. Just keep making your stuff presentable. And an agent is the only one that can give your book to the big houses, the big publishing houses. And here's why. There's so many things going out They won't have time to go through them and to have anything to put out as a product. They're here to make money. They're not here to hold your hand or make you feel better or do anything like that. They're out here to make a dollar on the book. Okay? And I will go through other things that you need that's really surprising. Here's one thing that I found out that I want you to know. If you publish in any form, if it says it's been published, your book, before you send it to an agent, they will not accept it. Once they find out, it's gone. It's already published. It's already past them to the next step. So if they turn it down and say, well, you published this in some form already, it's not a personal attack against you. It's just that that's how it is. And the big houses are not going to publish somebody else's mess. It's not going to happen. So if you want an agent to do your stuff, then you have to sit on it long enough to where an agent will pick it up, whether that takes immediate or weeks or months or even a year. Okay? It's not going to happen right away. I hope it does. I hope every single person that ever looks at these videos, if anyone looks at them, that you get your agent the first time out. And they give you that phone call where they've been waiting on you for their entire life. Wouldn't that be something? Okay? All right? So don't let rejection stop you from doing what you love to do. Just keep going. Okay? So, but don't pre-publish. Don't get, that's not how to get someone's opinion. Pay someone to give an opinion, but not as a publication if you're going to do that. And don't use your family. Your family, I've written a stinker. I mean, just so bad I couldn't stand it after I really looked at it. My family never told me it was bad, but it was horrible. They didn't love me enough to go, man, this stinks right here. You need to do away with this crap. It's got to go. They didn't do that. So don't rely on your family. Don't rely on your friends. Get someone on the outside that doesn't know you. Send it anonymous if you have to, and they make their living saying, this is what I do on judging these books as to whether or not they're any good. And take it. Take the hit and keep on going and improve yourself and keep moving forward. Okay? Because the big houses and all them, they don't have time with all this stuff coming in to deal with what everyone wants. If I had everything that I wanted, there wouldn't be nothing left for anyone else in the whole planet. I guarantee you, that's just the way I would go when I first started to the end. I would be the only one here with everything. It's the way we all are. We're all like that. We all want everything just for ourselves. And this writing is so personal. We put so much of ourselves into it. We think, well, if they're rejecting my book, then they're rejecting me. No, they're not. They don't know you. They've never been to your house, never rang your phone, never done anything with you. This is strictly business. Okay? So, yes, I hope everyone gets an agent first time out. If you're like me and I'm almost 69 years old, I can't afford to wait, so I have to go out and do things on my own. Now, that is not a favorable way to be seen to agents who go to the big houses, because I have completely shut them out. And I have completely shut out the big houses. So they look at me like, no, this trader, we're not dealing with him. He wants to be on his own. He's got to be on his own. Okay, because they don't need me. There's a million writers out there that are probably doing better than I am as far as putting a book together. And it might be the same way with you. They don't think they need you. They do not need you as an individual. Okay, already have enough. There's enough there. So but the main thing is, like I keep saying, don't take it personal. Use it to make your writing better. All right, study, learn. Be objective. Take your stuff, and I'll talk about a lot of this stuff later on. These are not small courses, a one-time thing, and you go, all right, well, everything's done at once. No, there's a lot to writing these books and get them together and put them out there. If it wasn't difficult, I would not enjoy it. Okay? I love a fight. So this is fantastic, and to be able to make all this stuff up and learn all these different things. So the whole agent thing, is not the end of the world, and it's not even the beginning of the world whenever you have self-publishing. But if you self-publish, you're going to set yourself in that area where, okay, that's the route they want to take, then they can take that. You're, I don't know, I don't know. Now that I've gone down that road with so many books, I don't think I would ever be picked up by anybody. So I just finally, I realized, got some common sense, said, okay, forget it. I'll just use Amazon from now on, and things can go the way they go. So when you go to get the agent, don't worry about it. You were doing it before they got there. You'll be doing the writing after they're gone. Okay? So submit everything to the agent exactly the way they want to, according to their website. You do not create your own little world and expect them to follow in behind you. They have submission standards. You have to go by those standards. You can't change them. You can't go, well, I'm going to have this the way I want it. No. You're going to have this the way they want it because you're going to them. Okay? Don't expect them to figure out what is wrong with your book, if there is anything wrong with it. Other people have that job. Okay? Make sure that you submit the very best that you can submit and go from there. Okay? All right? So that's what I might talk about right now about getting an agent. There are a bunch of them online. Go and see what they've got, what they're doing, what they're handling. It's okay to ask questions to find out what's going on. There's nothing wrong with getting involved with their end of the industry, but theirs is a separate end of the industry in and among itself. Okay? You are the writer, the creator. You are your own industry within yourself. You understand? When you go to an agent, they have their own jobs in their own industry and to themselves. The agent takes it to the big houses, and then the big houses, if accepted, takes it from there. So there's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. It's not just one. It's not, I just wrote the biggest book in the world and send it off and right away it's done. This is not the 1800s. This is the 21st century. Pretty soon AI will be writing our novels for us, which I wholly, completely hate that, because it's not intuitive. It's not a human being. It can't feel. It can't reason. You can't train a machine to do that. You can teach it words and how to put them together, but you cannot write anything that has any real understanding or feeling as far as a person goes. And we can talk about that a little bit later. But the agent thing, yes, if you get one, fine. If you don't right away, continue to try if you're young enough to do that and want to. If you're like me and don't have enough time and got to go on your own, then take whatever happens with you going on your own, suck it up, keep walking. But I'm going to write. I don't care if anybody does anything with me or has anything to do with me. I do not care. I'm going to continue to write books because it's who I am. It's my real person. Okay? So you do the same thing. You be your real person. You work within each industry that is set up separate. You remember, they're all separate. Agent separate, editor separate, person that looks at your book to see where all the mess is separate, and the big houses are separate. All these things are separate. They're not one thing, but you are the start of this. You're the first step. After you take that first step, you gotta wait for all the other things to happen. And it's difficult. I've submitted and I've waited weeks and weeks for people to get back to me only to be turned down. It's not personal. They either can or cannot work with you. Okay? But continue to write. All right? And all I want to do is help everybody and realize that it's not the end of the world if an agent says no. It's just no. It has nothing to do with you putting your books together. Okay? So we can all do a great job. Who knows? We might write the newest Odyssey or take something from somewhere and make something else that's fantastic. You don't know. But you don't know unless you do it. Okay? So please do it. All right? Bye.